everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Night of the Creeps. But before we get into that, remind you guys to please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, do all that stuff. But any recommendations you want me to check out, movies you want me to check out this month, in the comments below. And if I don't get to them this year, maybe we'll do this 31 Nights of Halloween next year. I got some things cooking on what I want to do, hopefully, so can't wait to see what we got there. But anyway, if you got any suggestions for this year, put them in the comments below. And yeah, that being said, let's get into the video. So Night of the Creeps, this is a 1986 film starring Tom Atkins as like this cop. It basically follows a bunch of kids who are going to college, and some strange happenings starts going. People start getting sick, people start going missing and dying randomly, and these two kids who are just trying to get into a fraternity, one of them is handicapped and the other one is just trying to fit in college after going through a bad breakup, it seems like, with his girlfriend. And craziness ensues when these little slug-type alien creatures jump into people's mouths and they start turning into living zombies, just about. Now, this is my first time watching this movie. I've heard of it before, but I didn't really know what it was about. Like, I've heard the name. When you first watch it, when you first put on the movie, it starts like this little bit of like these aliens, which look interesting, almost I say ET-esque, but not quite as cute. Almost like, have you ever heard of the movie Space Invaders? They kind of look like that. But this movie, it kind of starts out as like this science fiction film where you have these aliens who are in their own language, which is subtitled. They basically said they didn't want the experiments getting away. So these little container filled with these like black, like they look like normal slugs, jump in, get into this little container, and it falls down onto Earth in the late 50s. And then you partially have this. You partially have an explanation on what happened, where these things came from at the beginning of the movie, and they've been kind of taken care of for so many years until the movie cuts back to modern times. And so essentially, these little container, this thing opened, this little container of slugs opened, and one jumped into the body of I'm guessing a college student, and he gets taken over. While also there's a killer maniac on the loose from a hospital, and the cops are trying to find him. So these two events converge into the guy gets taken over by the alien, and the guy's girlfriend, who is actually related to one of the cops, who is later played by Tom Atkins, gets killed by this axe murderer. And basically the movie is weird. That's what I'm saying. It's bad shit. The first couple kills, the first kill we see is off screen. You don't see that until the aftermath of it, until later, and you get to see it in color. This first little portion's in black and white. Kind of looks like an old 50s movie. But you see this later, the rest of the movie's in color, and you get to see all the gore effects, all the makeup effects and practical stuff. Even at the end, you get to see a spaceship, which looks very unique. They could have went very 50s B-movie sci-fi with it, but they went like a modern 80s with it, or at that time a modern 80s with it, which I can appreciate. But the monsters are very 50s B-movie sci-fi, if you will. But you got your main characters, these kids, teenagers. You get your two main characters who are like these kind of dweeby guys who are just getting into college. They go to like this fraternity, sorority party, get together to try to get into a fraternity. But they are not cool enough. They're actually told by one of the heads of the fraternity to go to the morgue and get a cadaver to put it on another rival fraternity's front lawn of their little house, which they end up finding the cadaver of the boy who was inseminated by this alien who's been locked in a freezer for, for however long it was. And so they take him out, and then once they take out that body out of the freezer, the alien gets loose again, and the body goes to this spot. There's a spot under the house. It was a vacant lot, but now it's under the house of one of the fraternities. And and then once the alien comes out of the boy from the 50s, it gets out to other people. You get like a janitor, it gets animals. Like, nobody's safe in this movie. And in typical B movies fashion, something simple takes it out, like fire. They get the one guy, he takes a matchbook and sets one of the slugs on fire, and he realizes that takes care of it. And then later on in the movie, they get a flamethrower from Dick Miller, who shows up as like this. I don't know if it's evidence or what it is. I was doing other stuff, so I can't remember what he was, but he has just a flamethrower lying around. In the end, they kill all these aliens, and a lot of people die in bloody, gory fashions. And everybody acts like that's like an '80s horror movie. You have your typical, stereotypical characters, but for the most part, everybody does a pretty good job. Like I said, the effects are good. It's just like a fun, throw it on. The movie moves pretty quick. It's only like an hour and a half, so it's a pretty quick little scary movie to watch. Probably more for the teenagers. I wouldn't say so much little kids, but I guess it depends on your family. But that's who I'd recommend it to. Worth a watch. It's free to watch on Tubi, so give it a watch. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.